Hello everyone, my name is Thomas and welcome to my Leathercraft channel. Over past few months I have received a lot of requests to make a tutorial on my stitching technique. People often notice something unusual when they see me hand stitching without using a stitching pony. So let's get into it. Today's video is about my hand stitching technique and why I don't use stitching pony. The final look of your stitch largely depends on three factors: the shape of pricking irons you use to make holes, the distance between prongs, and the thickness of your thread. These are subjective choices and it all comes down to personal preference. Here are the most common types of chisels. First one, French style. These create slash-shaped holes and in my opinion look best with thin thread. Round hole chisels. These work well with thicker thread. And diamond-shaped chisels. This is what I use and I find the stitch looks best for me with the 0.8mm Ritza Tiger thread I use in my crafts. Particular pricking irons I use is 4mm stepped diamond shape chisels from KS Blade Company with 2 and 5 prongs options. For specific spots I use 1 prong round pricking iron, but more about that later. Thread I use, as I mentioned, 0.8mm Ritza Tiger polyester thread. In older videos and crafts I used 1mm thread, but for the past few years I have found 0.8mm looks neater. For a nice looking stitch I would exclude two key moments. First of all, evenly made holes. When working with chisels, beginners often struggle with making even backside holes. This issue becomes harder to manage when punching through multiple layers of leather. I had this problem when I started and I have made a couple of videos about how to make even stitching holes. You can find it somewhere here, or I will leave the links in the video description down below. Don't think this is just your problem, it's something every beginner faces. This is a crucial part of leather crafting, so stay focused when doing it. High quality and expensive chisels can make your work easier, but they won't guarantee perfect holes. Mastering this skill takes time and practice. My advice is to start with simple projects such as 2 layers crafts and practice on scraps of leather. Over time you will achieve good results. Second key moment of nice stitching is consistent stitching sequence. I mean maintaining the same sequence of actions for every single hole. Here is how I do it. Starting by pushing the needle from the back side and bending the thread to the right. Then push the second needle through the same hole and tighten both ends of the thread with consistent force. Repeat this process for the next hole. Start with pushing the needle from the back side, bend the thread to the right, push the second needle through the same hole and tighten with same force. And so on for every single hole. Start with pushing the needle from the back side, bend the thread to the right, push the second needle through the same hole and tighten with same force. Always stick to the same sequence of actions. Over time it will become automatic and your stitch will look consistent and neat. As I mentioned before, I use 1 prong round pricking iron. So the situation to use this prong is for the first and the last hole of my seam. I have found it makes the seam look neater, preventing the end of the seam from slanting, which can happen with diamond-shaped holes. The thread length you need depends on the thickness of the layer you use and the number of layers you are stitching. For a new project, I recommend starting with a thread that is 3.5–4 times the length of the seam you need to stitch. After stitching, take a note of the length you used. This way, when making the same craft again, you will know the exact amount of thread required. This saves time and prevents waste of thread. However, always leave a little bit extra thread. It's incredibly frustrating to find yourself a couple centimeters short at the end of your seam. For hand stitching, you will need needles at both ends of your thread. The needle size depends on the thread thickness. For 0.8 mm thread, I use around 1 mm diameter round, quite blunt needles. Here you can see how I attach thread to the needle. I penetrate it twice as find out it helps secure thread and prevents the end of thread to self-embraiding and detaching from the needle while stitching. And at the end, I want to mention why I don't use stitching pony, as it's also a very common question when people find out I don't use it. With quite thick thread, there is a noticeable knot when the thread attaches to the needle. Pulling it through the hole often requires extra impulse, which is inconvenient when using a stitching pony. If you are using thin thread, probably it's not an issue for you. Another problem, while a stitching pony might be helpful for simple small crafts with same amount of layers through the wall seam, it becomes impractical for larger and more complex items like wallets with varying layer amount. For stitching pony to hold the craft firmly, you kinda need to tighten it, what can lead you to leaving marks on your craft. For me, stitching freehand is more comfortable and much faster. However, if you find value in using a stitching pony, that's perfectly fine. Just remember the golden rule: maintain a consistent sequence of actions for every hole. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. As always, you can find all my crafts and PDF templates at my webshop strhandmade.com, links down below. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!